So, as you may know, melodies are killing stuff right now in the music industry. It seems like every single rapper toys with melodies. We're talking Roddy Rich, Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy, Lil TJ, Kevin Gates, Rod Wave, etc., etc. Um, I guess my question to you would be: do you think it has become mandatory to be able to sing on a record? Like, do you have to know how to do that as a musician?
Um, I'll put it like this, man. I think first and foremost, I think we've had a lot of combos, even on this episode, about artistry and creativity and like what artists should be doing and they should be true to themselves and shit like that, right? And so, with that in mind, I think that if you're an artist and you are capable of holding a note, you're capable of harmonizing, you actually understand music. Well, I think it would behoove you to like actually incorporate that aspect into your music if you're not already doing that. Because yes, we're in an era right now where melody is king. Melody is king. Like, and I know before the episode we talked about this a little bit in pre-production, and I said, man, there's something I always laugh about, and it honestly irks me while I laugh, and it's the fact that back in the day when 50 Cent had an issue with Ja Rule and they were going back and forth, one of the things that 50 Cent always clowned Ja Rule about was the fact that he was singing too much. Like, I don't know about y'all. I legit always thought that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard somebody be clowned for in my life. Because for multiple reasons. Not only, number one, melody is music. So if you're using melodies, that means you understand music. And then secondly, and more importantly, 50 Cent only turned around and started using melodies in his music, like while he was beefing with him, telling him he was singing too much. I always thought that was the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I understand 50 Cent's a bully, so we let him get away with all this shit. But no, I will never forget that. He will always go down in my book as just like that was an idiotic thing to clown somebody over.
I agree with you.
Idiotic.
To 50 Cent's defense, though, I think he was referring to Ja Rule's harmonizing. Where would I be without you?
Well then say, if that's the case, well then say that his voice is trash. Say that. Don't say, yo, man, you sing it too much, huh? No, man, that didn't make any sense. So anyway, besides the point. The point that I'm actually making is, I actually personally believe that was a very pivotal point in hip hop music, because whether you actually think about it or not, I feel like 50 Cent was on the cusp of gangster, what people would consider gangster or trap artists using melodies, and it be okay. Because if you notice, before him, there weren't very many people doing it on a mainstream level in rap. And after 50, it became normal. It was normalized after that. So with that being said, I feel like that's the future, man. Like, if you're not using melody, I feel like you're kind of going backwards in a sense. But again, like I said, the key is do what is natural to you. Don't just start using melodies because that's what's in, if it's not part of your game, if that's not part of what you want. Benny the Butcher's a key example of somebody who just raps. That's all he does. He just raps. I don't even think he's somebody who delivers fire hooks, but he just raps, and it works because he does that very well. So you don't have to be somebody to interject melody, but what I will say is, if you want to be a big artist these days, if you want to be somebody who gets the national spotlight, if that's your goal, then yes, you're probably going to have to use some melody and harmonize a bit. What you think, Hugh?
I mean, I think, there's different levels, right? There's somebody that can hold a note, right? And then there's somebody who melodic rap, somebody that, pretty much raps but uses melodies within those raps. And then there's like the fearless singer, there's the church singer. There's so many different types of singers, in my opinion. First and foremost, I want to give homage to one of the first people that showed me melodic rap was pretty cool. Mason Betha. Remember Mace was singing on Horse and Carriage? That was the first time, in my opinion, first time I heard a rapper trying to sing that notably sounded bad. And that's the thing that I think you kind of left out in your soliloquy is people that noticeably sound bad, who are noticeably not singers trying to sing. Mason Betha was the first. Mason Betha Mace was one of the first people I heard that was noticeably a bad singer, but like sung on a hook with Horse and Carriage, and he killed it.
I thought he was harmonizing pretty well though. I ain't gonna lie.
He was good. He sounded
his you talking about his voice. You talking about the voice.
His voice. That's
like
what
the tone. Like
the tone, his voice.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Then from there, like before I go on my opinion, let's give homage to some of the first people that did it, right? Let's give homage to Mace, Kid Ink. I thought Kid Ink was a pioneer when it came to singing, like on a couple of his songs.
Yo, people don't give Kid Ink his credit.
Kid Ink needs his flowers. Wiz Khalifa introduced him singing in there. He wasn't singing like crazy, but like he was showing that he can hold a note here and there. But now I think hip hop artists have taken it to a new level. Like when you talk about people like Lil TJ, that is like sing whining. Like that is like he legit thinks he's Justin Bieber. And then you talk about Kevin Gates, who actually feel like is a soulful sing rapper who makes you feel something with his singing. And then you talk about Rod Wave, which to me is probably the most impressive rap singer I've actually ever heard. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Is that an ill-advised thought? Or
that is a hot take. I'm not. That is a hot take. I think that's what you were talking about. Like
Rod Wave to me is the most impressive singer because he actually it's every single thing that a singer does, he's actually doing as a rapper. And so I don't know, one of the songs that I love, Street Runner, Watch You Fly. Like Homeboy is like literally soaking in all of the damn like juices that's coming from the beat, the soulful beat, and the lyrics and everything. But to me, like I said, just to summarize it, I don't know where the hell I'm going with this point, but I think that there's several different levels of singer now in hip hop. And so now you can't just sing. You can't just sing nowadays. You actually have to bring something unique to the table as a rap singer.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, bro. I was singing my ass off.
Give yourself a pioneer. I was singing.
Let me tell you something. Look, the public don't know about this, and they don't need to know about this. So listen, you remember I put out a song called Power Overload. Go back and listen, Q, because it ain't on any streaming platform. That is literally what Rod Wave does. Like no cap. But whatever, I'm not here for that. Listen, I'm not trying to say I was the pioneer.
You are actually a singer, though. You are a singer that can rap and a rapper that can sing.
I was singy rappy. I was sapping back in the day. That's what I was
doing. Every time
you
sung, you sound like you had the Holy Ghost in you.
Yeah, like Rod Wave. No, okay, but no, in a serious way, like I just really feel like Melody is, and we didn't even talk about some of the more trap dudes, like killer dudes in their bars and lyrics, like Lil Durk, right? Like the man is singing his ass off for his girl and all these other things that he sings about, and it's like I think what needs to be discussed, and I think this is kind of where you're getting at, and how even what I was talking about earlier is like the normalization of being fearless, regardless of whether or not you are somebody who the public deems as a singer, right? I think that's like the biggest thing, right? Is having the license to feel like I can do it is what has changed in recent times. And honestly, I'm here for it. Just don't sound like Ja Rule, you know.
I think hip-hop's in a better place. With the melodies, hip-hop is in a way better place than it was. I'm actually not with the old heads on this front when they trash new school rap and hip hop, because I firmly believe, like what you just said, I firmly believe we're in a age in hip hop that is way better than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And while that may be a controversial statement for a lot of older people,
everything we talked about in terms of the interjection of melody and harmonies and how people are more fearless, people are doing more on these songs than they were doing before, is the justification as to why I'm making that statement. We're just getting better music overall. So it is what it is, bro. That should have never came out.
Yeah, it didn't come out.
It